Have you ever faced a moment where standing for what you believe in felt like you were walking into a fire? Today, we're diving into an incredible story from the book of Daniel, chapter 3, about three friends who literally did just that. It's a story of unshakable faith and miraculous rescue. It all begins with King Nebuchadnezzar, the powerful ruler of Babylon. He built a colossal golden statue, soaring 90 feet into the sky. And he issued a decree. When the music played, everyone, and I mean everyone, had to bow down and worship this golden idol. Anyone who refused would be thrown into a blazing, fiery furnace. The music sounds, and the whole nation falls to their knees. But three young Hebrew men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, remain standing. They had been brought to Babylon as captives, but their loyalty was not to any king or any statue. Their hearts belonged to the one true God. Some of the king's advisors, probably jealous of the three friends' positions, rushed to tell Nebuchadnezzar. "O king," they said, "there are certain Jews you appointed over the affairs of the province of Babylon, Meshach and Abednego, who pay no attention to you. They neither serve your gods nor worship the golden image you have set up." King Nebuchadnezzar was filled with rage. He summoned the three friends. He gave them one more chance. "Is it true," he demanded, "that you do not serve my gods or worship the golden statue? I will give you one more chance. When you hear the music, if you bow down, all will be well. But if you do not, you will be thrown immediately into a blazing furnace. Then what god will be able to rescue you from my hand?" Now, listen to their incredible response. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered the king. "O Nebuchadnezzar, we do not need to defend ourselves before you in this matter. If we are thrown into the blazing furnace, the God we serve is able to deliver us from it, and he will deliver us from your majesty's hand. But even if he does not, we want you to know, your majesty, that we will not serve your gods or worship the image of gold you have set up." Talk about courage. They were saying, "Our God can save us, but even if he chooses not to, our decision is final. We will not bow." The king's fury exploded. He was so enraged that his face distorted. He ordered the furnace to be heated 7 times hotter than usual. 7 times. It was so hot that the flames killed the soldiers who were tasked with throwing the three friends in. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego were tied up, still in their robes, trousers, and turbans, and cast into the heart of the blazing inferno. From a human perspective, this was the end. Instant death. But then, something astonishing happens. King Nebuchadnezzar, watching from a safe distance, leaps to his feet in amazement. He turns to his advisors and asks, "Weren't there 3 men that we tied up and threw into the fire?" They replied, "Certainly, your majesty." The king exclaimed, "Look, I see 4 men walking around in the fire, unbound and unharmed, and the 4th looks like a son of the gods." Can you imagine the scene? Inside this raging, impossibly hot furnace, not only are the 3 friends alive, but they are walking around freely, and they are not alone. A 4th figure is with them, a divine being whose presence turned that furnace of death into a sanctuary of safety. The fire had no power over them. Nebuchadnezzar hurried to the opening of the furnace. He shouted, "Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, servants of the Most High God, come out, come here." So they came out of the fire. The king, his satraps, prefects, and royal advisors all crowded around them. They saw that the fire had not harmed their bodies one bit. Not a hair on their heads was singed. Their clothes were not scorched, and there was not even the smell of fire on them. The miracle was absolute and undeniable. Overwhelmed by what he had witnessed, King Nebuchadnezzar declared, "Praise be to the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who has sent his angel and rescued his servants." They trusted in him and defied the king's command, and were willing to give up their lives rather than serve or worship any god, except their own God. The king, who just moments before had threatened them with death, now praised their God. He issued a new decree that anyone in his entire kingdom who said anything against the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego would be punished severely, for no other God can save in this way. And then he promoted the 3 friends to even higher positions in the province of Babylon. So who was that 4th man in the fire? Many theologians and believers see this as a Christophania pre-incarnate appearance of Jesus Christ. Long before he was born in Bethlehem, Jesus was present with his people, protecting them in their darkest hour. He didn't just stand outside the fire and call to them. He got in the fire with them. This story is a powerful reminder for us today. We all face fiery furnaces in our lives, pressures to compromise our beliefs, to bow down to the idols of our culture, whether it's money, popularity, or fear. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego teach us that true faith isn't the absence of trials, but the presence of God within them. Their stand wasn't based on a guarantee of physical rescue. Their faith was in God's character, not just his power to deliver. But even if he does not, ... double quotes. Those are some of the most powerful words of faith in the entire Bible. It's a faith that says, God is good and worthy of my worship, no matter the outcome. And the promise is that we are never alone in our trials. Just as Jesus walked with those 3 friends in the flames, he promises to be with us. He says in Isaiah 43, when you walk through the fire, you will not be burned. The flames will not set you ablaze. It doesn't say you won't walk through fire. It says when you walk through it, he will be there. The fire is meant to destroy, but for those who trust in God, it can become a place of purification and revelation. It was in the furnace that King Nebuchadnezzar saw the power of the true God. It was through their trial that God was glorified throughout the most powerful kingdom on earth at the time. So, whatever fire you might be facing today, remember this story. Stand firm in your faith. Thank you so much for joining me today. If this story encouraged you, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more stories of faith from the Bible. Share this with someone who might need to be reminded that they are not alone in their struggles. Until next time, stay strong in faith.